All right, we got a What's the Deal with Sam episode here. So goddamn important because there was just a fucking Nintendo Direct about the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. So yeah, they announced a bunch of stuff for that. I just happened to catch it in a suggested thing on YouTube, and I found out some things about it, and I wanted to talk about it. So I'm interrupting my other schedule here. I don't even have anything set up right now. I'm not even wearing the right shirt, but don't tell anybody. Um, so I'm just going to throw this in. Um, and because I want to talk about these things and actually be semi-relevant on my video game news stuff for once. So that's why it's recorded on my phone, and the shirt and everything is different. Let's do it.
Welcome to What's the Deal with Sam? Starring Sam Lilly. Join Sam as he discusses a wide variety of topics.
Batman.
Now let's start the show.
Thank you.
What's the deal with the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers? It's like the 34th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers, but probably we're getting more shit, maybe? I don't know. With the ground. So, you'll see, my stomach's making awesome noises too, by the way, so this episode's going to be extra awesome. I just jotted down a whole bunch of stuff on the other side of this card that you can't see. Except when I do this, then you can, but now you can't. But I've stylized the card very well. So, first off, we got Mario Kart Live, which is insanely gimmicky. Just, you know how there's, like, the remote control, like, bigger remote control cars for, like, the Mario Kart things? You can drive those around. I have one I could have held up as a prop, but it's over there, so I'm not going to do that. But basically, they've taken those and then, put cameras on them, and they have these little arches you set up, and I think you have to drive through them to, like, create the track, and then after that you can race on that track, and you use your Switch to control the go-karts, and when you look at it, it's basically like augmented reality, so it's like you're playing Mario Kart on your Switch, but then the actual karts are moving around in real life, too, and it's an insanely gimmicky thing that's, like, looks cool, but it'll probably get old pretty fast. I don't know, like, it could be cool. I just don't know if it will be. So, there's that. There's also, oh, fuck, I forgot to look up the name of this. Whatever, the Mario Bros. Versus whatever one. Basically, it's the one where you play Super Mario Bros., and it's like a bunch of people are playing it, and as you do things in the game, it adds, like, enemies to other people you're targeting. So, essentially, it's taking the idea of, like, Tetris 99 and trying to make it work with Super Mario Bros. And that's dumb, because Super Mario Bros. Is already pretty fun on its own, and I don't think this adds anything to it, it just makes it kind of chaotic. But it's free to download, free. If you have Nintendo Switch Online, you can also just get it. So I guess if you already have that, you might as well check it out, but I don't know, it just feels like they're trying to do the same thing with it as Tetris 99 without actually doing anything really all that good for, fun for the gameplay part of it. It didn't need to be competitive like that, and I don't know how fair that's going to be and how much it's going to rely on your skill, actually. So it's, yeah. So there's that. Then there's the Game & Watch thing, which is somewhat neat and somewhat not. It's basically they're making a Game & Watch that is Super Mario Bros. On it. So obviously it's not the same little basic LCD screen thing. It's enough to actually play the original Super Mario Bros. And I think even the Lost Levels is on there. Super Mario Bros. 2. I think they put that Super Mario Bros. 2 on there. So that's neat. The only problems I have with that is just that it was never really a Game & Watch game. It doesn't look like a Game & Watch game. It's neat that it's going to be a Watch too, I guess, kind of, but that's sort of outdated now to have a thing like that when you have a phone that probably just has the time on it. And that for a lot of people, if you have a smartphone, there's ways to, not legally, but to get Super Mario Bros. On there anyways to play it if you really wanted to. So, I don't know. It seems a little silly. And again, mostly just like because it's not really going to evoke the feeling of a Game & Watch. It's just going to be Nintendo being like, hey, here's a thing for you to collect, I guess. It just doesn't seem all that cool or interesting to me. She seems out of place. Weird things to mash together. Then they've got Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. So instead of just being Super Mario 3D World Deluxe, that's basically what it is with a different name because they're adding in, like, I think an extra set of levels probably. I doubt it's going to be a huge expansion or double the game or anything, but it's going to be some more levels at least. I have a Wii U. I have Super Mario 3D World already. I don't really feel like I'm going to need to get it again on Switch. It's nice to have it on Switch, I guess, but, like, the thing with that is, like, yeah, it's like you're still kind of getting screwed over if you were a Wii U owner because you're not getting a discount or anything on it. And the other thing is that basically now there's like less things where it's like, you know, at this point I guess it's just it's one of those things that if you didn't have a Wii U already, it's nice, I suppose. And it's trying to take away any reason for you to ever want to get a Wii U at this point because they're just re-releasing everything anyways. So that was one that was, you know, that was a big one to put on there for that idea. I'm just not super excited about it myself because, again, I already got a Wii U and the game. So, and then we've got the big one, though. The big one that we really have to talk about was Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which the idea sounds fucking awesome. I had a similar idea, but not quite like this. I didn't have an idea for all the 3D ones necessarily. But this is cool because it's got Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy all in the same pack. So that's a pretty neat thing to have, you know, 3 different systems with Mario games on them. You know, you can't really get Mario Galaxy or, I mean, really any of these you can't get on the Switch, you know, already. We haven't been able to really play all, last time you could play all 3 of these together. Actually, I don't think you ever could you? You could. The last time you could was on the Wii. Because if you had one of the backwards compatible Wii, you could play the Virtual Console version of Super Mario 64, play Super Mario Galaxy on there, and then Super Mario Sunshine with backwards compatibility. Did I say backwards compatibility? It's Virtual Console for 64. Whatever. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. And it's neat for that. And of course, the idea sounds cool to me because now I'll have a way to play Super Mario Sunshine. I love Super Mario 64. I'll play it again. I'll use it as an excuse to play it again, have another copy of it, and another copy of Super Mario Galaxy. Sure, why not? I mean, I don't really care exactly necessarily what I'm playing that on either, right? It's like just having extra copies of them. They're great games to have. But the problems come in when you start thinking more about this, because at face value, like, that's cool. But the problems are, okay, so one of the things is like price. Like, you look at these, and it's like, there's no Virtual Console anymore, I guess, which they still could do. It's a thing they've done. It's hard to just kind of totally discount that, right? So, the idea that, like, some of these games, like, are they all worth, because the price is $60. Is it really, like, every one of these games, are they all going to be worth $20 a piece? And maybe getting them physically, they might actually cost more, like, the real games on the actual systems, you know, as they exist already. But, like, Nintendo 64 games on the Virtual Console are usually, what, like $10? And, like, I think sitting on the Wii U Virtual Console, they're also, like, the Wii games are, like, 20, so it's, like, $30. So you'd be paying, like, another 30 just for Sunshine? I don't know, maybe that's okay, maybe, but it seems, I don't know, it seems like it might be a little steep. This pack for $40 maybe would have been a little bit more enticing for just old games, at least to a larger audience. And also, like, they kind of didn't put certain things on here. Like, they didn't put on Super Mario Galaxy 2. Why not also have the sequel on there? I don't know. They want to do another collection later with other games. There's no Super Mario 3D Land on here. That would have been a fun one. I like that game quite a bit. And there's no Super Mario Odyssey, I guess. Right? Like, I kind of understand the idea. Like, you don't necessarily want to throw that on there because that's still available on the Switch itself anyway, so that would take sales away from that, maybe. But it would be cool. And then you've got Super Mario 3D World, which they're already re-releasing. Why don't they just put that on this pack instead? Why do they have that as a separate thing? That's also kind of frustrating when you announce them both at the same time, especially. Why not just have them all part of this pack? Do you not think that game is good enough to put on here? But it's good enough to do a remake of? Why should we pay that much for just that game, but not, like, also add on to your pack of games? It's not an all-star, but it's worth redoing? I don't know. It seems weird. And then, like... And this really the worst part here, and we have to get to this, because something I didn't realize just watching the ad. I didn't realize till later, some people bringing it up, and me digging into this. The biggest thing is, okay, they're doing a physical and a digital release of this game, of Super Mario 3D All-Stars. And... and there's a limited availability of it. It's only going to be available from September 18th to March sometime in March of 2021. And the problem with that is that it's for both versions. It's like, in physical, I understand. Maybe they only want to put out so many physical ones, a limited release of that. For a game that Nintendo's putting out, I guess I don't really know why, but at least that would make some sense. Why the fuck would you do it for the digital version when you can just, make more digital copies and sell more digital copies? Why don't you want to leave it up there and just so you can keep making sales on it? And the only reason I can think of for that really is to hold the price. We just have it sell it for that much, then take it away, and then maybe try to bring it back out later if people want it back. I'm really hoping people rail them on this and they just take it away and say, like, okay, that was a bad idea. We're sorry here. You can just buy it whenever. We just have it available as a thing you can buy. And if they're doing this, then that makes it even weirder that they're not putting Super Mario Odyssey on here. Because why not put Super Mario Odyssey on here? Because then once that window goes, you're not really taking sales away from people just buying Super Mario Odyssey on the shop, right? Because it's just going to, they'll just, once that availability window runs out, there you go. And that also takes away from the idea of this being more available. Like, oh, cool, finally people can play these games, like, on their Switch. Not everybody had a Nintendo 64 or a GameCube or a Wii before, right? Or systems that could play those games. Maybe they only had the Switch that could play these, or all three of them at least, right? But that availability idea gets thrown out the fucking window when you consider, oh, well, it's only going to be available for so long anyway. So you might have the same people who couldn't get it before not being able to play them now because, oh shit, I waited too long, I didn't buy it, I didn't realize it was going away. That's really fucking stupid. So it's just dumb. It's just the most frustrating thing to, like, throw out there. And that's probably the most annoying point of this. What's the deal with that? Why not, I don't know, why not make it better? Why not make something that's, like, awesome and has all those games on it and it feels like actually you're trying to give people something rather than screw people on it? Are they going to put out another collection with the other games? Are they going to re-release it later, do Disney thing, and put it in the vault and then take it out when they feel like it and try to keep the price up for some reason? I don't know. And if they're doing something like that, don't even bother doing a digital release and just make it all physical if you're going to do that shit, so at least it doesn't look so fucking stupid. So, while some of the stuff is cool, a lot of it's also frustrating, or it has caveats or whatever. It's something that should be really, really cool. All these things should be really, really cool. And I just find myself being a cynical asshole in some way about all of them. Because I loved video games so much that I hate them now. That's just what happens. When you love video games so much, you hate them. What's the deal with Super Mario Bros. 35th anniversary? It's like the 25th anniversary with the grand. What's the deal with Sam? 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 Oh, and they're putting the Super Nintendo Super Mario All-Stars on the Nintendo Switch Online. Well, that's cool.